Hello guys, in today's episode we will be making a Nerf tactical vest or magazine carrying vest, whichever you want to call it. My current setup here, I can hold, I think, 12 magazines. I have in here a number of blaster secondaries in holsters, and I will show you how to make those, as well as magazine holders, which hold the magazines quite snugly, so you don't have to worry about them falling, as well as a blaster in the back I have here, and then also its own holster. And that is the front. And if we go towards the back, you will see there is 2 magazines towards the bottom, as well as a sword in its sheath. This is the side of the vest, where you can fit 2 magazines. And on the other side of the vest is where you can fit 1 magazine and the clip to put the vest on. And everything is held up with these shoulder straps, so it will stay nice and secure in coordination with this strap here. So without further ado, let's get to building it. Okay, so the materials you will need for this project are a hot glue gun of your choice. You will need a pencil, a ruler. To go with the hot glue gun, you'll need some hot glue sticks and a sharp knife of any kind. And then you'll need a couple big sheets of cardboard, like so. So to get started, we have to clear off our workspace. So to get started, you will need a large cardboard sheet. Like I said, I have already marked out my cardboard sheet because I was going to make another vest, and I didn't make it, and I thought that now would be a good opportunity to make another vest. Now, this design I came up with is a really good base model for any chest plate you want to make. If you wanted to make like a superhero costume or something, you could do something like this, where it's just the base model of the chest plate and you add some stuff to it. And it's really versatile for making anything you want. So what you want to do is measure a rectangle that is 16.5 inches by 17.25 inches. Now I gotta recreate the corners here because I already measured mine out. Whoops, ran out of lead. Okay, so once you measure the rectangle, I forgot the dimensions, my apologies. That was 17 by 16.5. I feel like those changed. Wait a minute. Okay, so see, I just don't want y'all getting confused. Okay, so 16.5 wide by 17.25 tall. That is let me just write that down. 16 and a half wide by 17 tall. So now that we got those measurements, you will need to work on the corners, because if you don't cut out the corners, it will dampen your shoulder mobility, which is not good if you want to be running around in this. Of course, if you won't be running around, then you probably won't have to shave off the corners, but it does look nicer and functions better. Now, for the corners, what you will have to do is measure in roughly about 2 1/4 inches. So let me just do this the other way. So if you go from 0 to 2 1/4, which is right here, and you go down from 0 to 2 3/4 down here, you'll get that line, and you just connect the 2 points and make the line. On the bottom here, what you'll need to do is go in from 0 and measure in 2 right here, and then from the corner you'll have to measure in 2 1/4 right here, and again connect those lines like so, and you will get your corners. And you just have to match each corner with each side because they are symmetrical. Now, onto the top of the vest, what you will have to do is find center. Now, if this is 16 1/2 inches wide, we all know that 16 divided by 2 is 8, and 1/2 divided by 2 is 1/4. So I'll have to go in to 8 1/4, 8 1/4. As you can see, that's right where my center line is. And what you'll have to do from the center line is put 1 inch, the 1 inch mark, right on the center. And then you have to mark at 2, and you have to mark at 0. And then if you go up, you can put your 1 inch mark on the center line and mark 2 and mark 0. Then what you can do is take your ruler, connect the 2 points, and you'll get a straight line. Now, mine is already measured out, and you want your 2 inch line from the center to go no more than about 5 1/2 inches down. So probably mark it off, make sure it's 5 1/2 inches here, 5 1/2 inches here, and take your time to line it up, because you definitely want a straight line. And once you mark that, you should be done. As long as you got the corners done on the top and bottom and the center line, you are free to cut. So choose whichever cutting utensil you have chosen for this project. Okay, now that we have our cardboard cut out, we'll want to cut right along here and here. Just these edge lines right here. So you don't want to cut the center line or anything else, just the 2 edge lines. Now once you've done that, slightly bend it downwards a little bit, and like so. You may have to crease your cardboard right at the center line. So to do that, you'll just take the flat end of your ruler and kind of push it into the cardboard to make a small crease so it will bend like so. And now what you want to do is roll your cardboard, so to speak. So flip your cardboard face down from where you put your pencil marks and just kind of roll it and put some slight bends in it. That way this will be more form-fitting. Okay. So now what you want to do is bend kind of here, from here upwards. You could use your ruler for this, which might make it a lot easier. But I'll just use my hand. And what you're rolling this for is to contour to your chest. The rest of it will be flat and kind of roll like this. Okay, so what you'll want to do is you want to take this corner and put it on this center line right here. So you just take this corner and put it to that center line. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but you can see how that kind of makes a curved shape right there. So now once you do that, you'll want to take your pencil and you'll want to draw a line. That way you'll know where to put your hot glue. Now you can do this with the other one as well. Just put your corner to the center line and draw a line, and you should get some type of triangle shape in the center there. Now you'll put your hot glue on this part as it won't be seen. As you can see there, that's where our hot glue will go. So once you're ready for that, you can put hot glue down. And you'll want to do this one at a time because you'll need 2 hands to put pressure on the part you are hot gluing. And as you can see, I have applied too much hot glue. Now that's okay, unless you're gonna be doing this for like aesthetic purposes or like cosplay where you don't want a lot of goop. In that case, you can just take your finger and wipe off the excess. And now all you gotta do is just pinch together the parts, making sure to wipe away the excess hot glue. As you can see, I'm kind of making a mess here. That's okay, because this is just... Okay, so once that dries and you get all that goop off, you just brush it off, make sure it's satisfactory. And if you want, what you can do is add a spot of hot glue on the top there on the side, and then one on the bottom here. just to keep it secure. Now it's always important to notice if your hot glue gun is low, because what you don't want is to run out of hot glue in the middle of gluing a part together. So always have a hot glue stick at the ready. Okay, so once that's dry, we're going to take the centerpiece and this time carefully apply hot glue, making sure not to add too much. And it might just be good. You might want to let it sit for a second so it can get kind of tacky. And then what you want to do is just hold the part together, just like so. And again, make sure to wipe away all the excess you don't need or don't want. And what you can do is pinch this together with your fingers to make a flatter profile. So I'm not sure if you can tell the difference between this side and this side. You can see how it's slightly more pronounced. So if you just take your fingers, you can pinch it together and make a flatter profile. Now again, what you can do is add a dot of hot glue in the back, pardon me, in the front and in the back. And if you want, you could even add one stripe in the middle for extra support. Now, what you could do with this excess right here in the crease is take your hot glue gun and just kind of melt it along the cardboard there. That way there's no goop lying around the cardboard area. You want to do this slowly too, that way you don't accidentally melt your seams apart. But as you can see there, once you glued it together, you'll end up with a nice round chest profile. Now what you want to do is just set this to the side.